Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's a new year. We are back with the day-to-day routine of map reviewing. The best of 2018 last week, where a lot of you disagreed with my chosen map for my map of the year. Hey, that's my map of the year. I do a load of other map charts as well. We've got the Steam map charts, which is the Steam rankings. We've got the viewer's choice, which is your rankings. And, well, these were my top 6 maps of last year. So if you disagree, tough. However, you also disagree with the way that I've evolved the show back in December. I took a week off, I revamped the show, I got it actually how I liked it. I was as a show as a whole, the last 2 or 3 weeks of the year, it had a proper beginning, a middle and an end. The whole thing flowed beautifully. It was really much easier for me to edit and put together. I was saving time every day. But the YouTube analytics have shown me otherwise, have shown me that not en masse, but a very large minority, have taken a dislike to the new format of the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to bare bones, go back to stuff that I know that you like, that you come for, which is the map review itself. The asset and theme review I was going to do as a separate show, but it has become a major headache to do that separately. I thought it'd be quicker, and it was basically adding on so much extra time. In fact, if I wasn't off work at the moment, then I couldn't have even have done as much as I have already. So what I'm going to do is the theme review that you're used to with the factoids, that has gone. We're still doing a theme and LUT review. We're just doing it as part of the map review, yeah? As for the asset review, as of tomorrow, I have got an idea for how the show can go forward, but today's show's already recorded, so there is no asset review today. I'm sorry about that. But hopefully you'll prefer the new format that I've got for the show, and shall we just crack on? Okay, it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button helps to support the show, gets me seen by more people, helps to grow a little bit more every single day. And now we can just get on and do the important stuff, the meat of the business. It's Northeastern Passage by Icania. We didn't get a chance to review this map before Christmas, so here we are now, very first map of the new year, had to be Icania's map. There's your start square, absolutely plumb. I got a little river right on the edge there as well, that works fine. And the resources look very normal for Icania, but we do have some splodges in the water for offshore drilling even. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, there is a theme and there's a LUT and a whole bunch of graphical settings which are fine. They are shown in one of the images. You just got to match them up using Ultimate Eye Candy, Relight, Daylight Classic, all of the usual Kazaz and Shabazz. And there's a collection as well with a few bits and pieces. We load that up slowly but surely. It's loading. There we are. And well, it's not the world's longest list. It's actually not massively demanding, this particular map, and that's a good thing to see, a very good thing to see, because quite often Icania's maps can be almost overwhelming. Right, let's have a look at the map down at ground level. We're starting off with a glorious bridge. Got to love this bridge. It's really very nice indeed. It's off at right literally bordering into the fog, and I could be switching off the fog, but nah. We've also got the Essential Lighthouse, and not just the one, but it's got a brother one over here, or a sister one. There she is, right up there. You can use using them as beacons to like little gateway through, safe through there, and it's a a fantasy map, because Icania does fantasy maps, and that's about the only way you could ever get away with that kind of thing. It's not a realistic thing, but it's a fantasy map, so therefore I'm happy to let that one stand. I don't feel it really steps on my toes or blinds my eyes or anything like that. It's all good. Roads are very good. Roads are very, very good. A little glitch in between the roads, but hey, a little bit of surface painter once you load the map up, and that will be fine. It'll be very pretty, actually. Down here, we get a little slight elevation here for what isn't the start square. Looks like it is, but it isn't. It's a second starting location. So we're just going to skip over it and ignore that it ever happened. And then we come down to a very nice intersection. I think Arizandi is to blame for this one. Thank you, Arizandi. No clipping lampposts or anything. If we were to go that way, that would take us right to the edge of the map. Not really much to report down that direction, so we're going to ignore it. If we turn left, look at that. Oh, now that is pastures new. That's your start square that way. But I want to go this way because there's a few things to point out down this way. First of all, this tunnel. Do we need a tunnel there? I'm going to say possibly yes, because this ridge goes right the way up to the river, so we kind of got to do something. We may have done a cutting through this little spot here, but instead we've... Oh, hang on. We've got some rather... Well, these trees look hurried. This is a hedgerow, and I think that hedgerow would have stuck to the soil area rather than climbing up the rocky cliff edge there. So what I'm going to do is just going to show you what I mean by that. I would rather they were, pull them down here, down like this on the fertile land. Yeah, I don't think anybody planting trees or planting a hedgerow would have gone up the side of the embankment there. But anyway, so that for me is a little bit, it's still not perfect, okay? Still not perfect, but that for me is better. We've got a tree left on its own as well. So anyway, now these tunnels look good at first glance, but wait, we've got a jinky janky and a little bowing as well in the segments. Let me show you what I mean by that. We're coming to this. This is minor stuff. I'm not marking anybody down for this. I'm just pointing out little things I'm discovering as I'm going. Yeah, using Move It to straighten up the segments, and you see them pop into place. Yeah, that's a weird thing, that one. But like I say, if this is the only thing wrong with the whole map, there's certainly no way I would be marking it down for that. On the opposite side of the hill, the mountain, a little bit of a downward slope coming down there. I prefer that was coming flat, a bit like the rail tunnel's coming flat. But the rail tunnel doesn't actually meet up with the actual, where's that tunnel actually going, We'll follow the road on a little bit further, and now we've got another, a road and rail set of tunnels here, emerging on the other side of the hill here. And this is beautiful as well, nice and level, and this one is going down to hell. No, rail tunnels don't work like that, can you? How many times have I got to tell you? Oh, bless you. Yeah, follow the rail along here. Sorry, the road along. We're not looking at the rail just yet, sorry. Now, the road, now, once again, it's a fantasy map, so I don't mind this. This is a very nice bridge here. And see the way it's had, you have to get a little bit of elevation because there's shipping route under there. But the roads, they don't separate away from each other. The one on the left, not this one, the one here. See how just this one peels off to the left a little bit to make a bit of room to approach the bridge. I'd like it if they were both to separate up together. And it's not something that's unknown to a canyon to be able to do that. When you get up here, there's a long stretch of flat. Oh, look at nice detailing as well, sorry. Very pretty. Right, yeah, a long stretch of flat ground. Now, that is quite a steep slope there. I would like that slope to start a little bit lower and just to work its way up, like we've got here as well. Long stretch of flat land here, long stretch of flat land, and then drops away fairly steep, not super steeply. Once again, that one, if you were to start the slope from maybe about here, and then incline up here, and keep going, keep climbing to about there, that would make that slope a lot smoother. It's not beyond belief, that slope, but I think it could be just a little bit better, just a wee bit better. Now if we go head off this way towards the start square, slight incline up here for the little river bridge there, that's very nice, little elevated section there, and now we're at the start square. Start square is excellent. Love this. This makes you want to build. And, oh, very daring, a diverging diamond intersection. Ooh, how daring are you? And, yeah, loads of build location there to work into. Very nicely done indeed. So we can move along and head up to the next bridge. And once again, this bridge is raised up again. But look, the roads actually separate away from each other, which is what I was talking about previously. We've still got the steep old hill, which once again can be tapered in nice and gently, which would be just an improvement. Another perfect bridge. But when we come off of the bridge, look what we've got over here. A tapered, slow, gentle hill down the other side. So we managed to do it over here, and also the roads separate away from each other and not one from the other. So yeah, just some minor inconsistencies going on there. And we're talking minor stuff here. And then we'll follow the road off towards the edge, and then we can do the rail, I would suggest, maybe. But yes, nothing, no major. I mean, when you get to the better creators, I am more picky, because I know that they can do better and I want to force them to do better. I want perfect maps, and it'd be great if we could have them. The rail, there's not really too much to say about the rail. We have got that one tunnel which just dips away into nothingness, and there is somewhere on one of these bridges, look, possibly a little bit on the steep side. It's not too within the realms of fantasy maps. I think that's an okay hill for rail, only just. Yes, it's very good rail. It's very nice rail. Yeah, this is the tunnel that dives into nowhere. It merges out over here as well, and just follow this along. There's not really too much to talk about with the rail. It's pretty much perfect. I like it a lot. It's a good job. But yes, with the better creators, with the Icanias, with nice little intersection looping around here, this is very sweet. Shall we go? Well, let's do the full loop, I guess. Yeah, when you get to the top creators, I'm more nitpicky, because I just want to force them to just take that extra step and produce that one thing that makes you go wow, like this world's longest railway bridge. Wow. I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't. I think it works really well in context with the map, and yeah, tapers back out at ground level smoothly and beautifully. A lot of good planning has gone in there. Once again, bit of a downward slope there. In the context of the map, I think it'd be just slightly more tapered, but it's still pretty nice. And then we're just bending around and scooting through mountains. That's what we do, A little bit of an incline going into that one. A little bit of an incline, not too bad. And over this side, and a little bit of an incline coming out of that one. Okay. And then, yeah, heading towards the fog, which means we can take an intermission. Oh, hello. This is a bit wonky. Is this a bit wonky? No, it's fine. Stop being picky. Stop being picky, Bonbon. Go and get yourself a glass of water. Clear that croaky throat of yours. And an incline. An incline. Darn it.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's modular hedge maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
And we are back at shipping routes. Now we've got the world's longest shipping route here. You watch how long this goes on for. First of all, we go into this bay. We go into the bay. We go around the bay. We come back out of the bay. Every bit of shipping route has to go through this bay on this side of the map. Also, I think there might be a bit of ship scraping there. It's a bit close. I reckon there might be head-on collisions possibly there. Can't prove it, but I reckon there might be. Then if we follow the shipping route along, look how far this goes. It goes absolutely everywhere. I mean, great for a scenic trip, I guess, if you're going to be doing like the fjords, although Northeastern Passage would suggest this is probably Canada. And then, yeah, look, it just keeps going. Just keeps going. There is a second shipping route as well, not as long as this one, but this one is rather indulgent. Very nice. And then off to the water flow. Now, unusual for an Icania map, although the water flow there isn't a problem with, it's rather light on this map, and that's fine. That is fine. As long as it's moving, it's fine. We've got a waterfall going on there. Just get a little bit of momentum with the water as well. But generally, if you look down, there are arrows. Arrows are fine. It means things are moving. It means that the sewage is going to be taken away. Then you get to a slightly stronger river there, which I think is the one that goes through the start square. Certainly the one that goes through the start square has a little bit more momentum than those light rivers that we were looking at a moment ago. I do believe that was the one. Here we go, this is your start square river, and you can see the water is moving at a reasonable rate of knots as well. Loving we got a farmlands theme specifically built for this particular map. I think it's a variation on the moraine falls, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read up on this theme and that. I've been so busy trying to get the show to work for you, and yeah, so it's a bit of a higgledy-piggledy show today, but we haven't got a higgledy-piggledy map. We have got a map that actually shines. I'm loving these hills. It's, like I say, fantasy map. The hills, the mountains and hills look realistic, but also within the context of a fantasy map. They are really nicely done. And we've got little beach down here as well, which is good to see. A little shingle beach going on there. Very green map. Lots and lots of build plane, which you'd expect from Micania. Flat build plane as well. Now, he's the king of the waters and the waterfalls. I know we're in the fog here, but I'm not buying this waterfall here at all. I know it's in the fog. It's not really that it's there for just to get the water flowing, but we've basically got a dam holding the lake water in, and it's just breaking it at one point. I think it could have been done better. It could have been slightly more aesthetic, but we are in the fog. Is that a face in the water there? Ooh, that's spooky. That is very spooky. Is that my own reflection? It could be my own reflection. It could be the reflection of the camera. There's a thought. And we'll just do a bit more Superman flying across the environment just to have a little look around as well. Loads of places where you can do some really interesting communities and locations. Yes, all very nice indeed. But what do you think? Your chance to vote. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? This is a better waterfall. Still not entirely buying into it, but fantasy map, I'm going to let it stand. Yeah, your vote really does count because we use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10, the best maps of the month. Is this going to be one of the best of the month? Well, I would think so. I've not seen any of the others yet, but if this is one of the top 3, I will be stunned. So let's settle down and I will give this thing my breakdown. My breakdown, oh yeah. Aesthetically, it's glorious. Could it be more glorious? Possibly a little bit, but I think it is only possibly and only a little bit. I think adding too much more would actually detract from what we get. I'm actually giving it a 5th star. It's borderline 5th star. I'm being generous today. Detailing, I'm giving it 4 stars. There's no major problems, there's not even any minor problems, just lots of little niggly things. Little tiny weeny niggly things. Gameplay potential, yeah, it's got 5 stars written all over it, hasn't it? 5 stars written all over it. It's a really nice map. And I know a few of you will grumble about that star being lost for detail, but I could have lost the star for aesthetics as well. You could do more. Those hedgerows, they're a bit prop line tooly, aren't they? They could be better, but it still gets the BonBonB seal of approval, so don't go too grumbly about it. This is a very nice way to start the year. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series, and tomorrow night for the first ever City Edition. My new show, my new series, coming tomorrow night, where we'll be reviewing a city. A city from one of the great creators out there. There's a map on screen now from over a year ago if you want to take a little vote on that, and I will see you tomorrow, well, for another map. See you then, have a great day, and I'll be back.